Buenas Tardes. How's it going, guys? We're back in business. It's been a while, but we're back. Season 2, refreshing in. The camera's on me right now, but I'm going to flip it over to Tom because he's a legend, and you guys need to see the co-host face. We got a surprise for you guys. It's coming up in a few seconds, but Tom's
Hello,
on
everyone.
right now.
How is everyone doing? We're really happy to have everyone back.
Oh, man, the FPS. Dude, I think someone changed the FPS for your camera. It's like 60 FPS now.
Whoa, okay, good. Well, the lighting's still bad, but that's okay. We're back. We're happy to be here. We're having fun, and we have some guests on today.
Let's
We're
go
really excited to talk about
clockwise.
them.
You want to go clockwise?
Let's do clockwise. So that
Okay.
would be starting with...
Jonathan Blackman.
Yes,
Hello. It's a pleasure to be here on my favorite podcast.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
You heard that.
You're
no
so
other
awesome,
podcast
dude.
on Spotify or Apple is better than Film Beyond the Negative right here.
Yeah, dude.
With some of my favorite people.
Thank you, my
thank you.
man. And another guest, we've got Matthias Bayer. How's it going, man?
How's it going, guys? It's awesome to be here. First time ever, 2 guests on Beyond the Negative.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
This is the first time we've had 2 people, and
This is the first time we've had 2 people.
we're going to have to be really strict about time because there's so much to talk about, so many good ideas.
Just
We're
cut
gonna
me
have to,
off when I'm rambling. Just
you know what? Let's just get into it.
Let's get into it.
all right,
do
I'm
it.
ready
Okay.
to talk movies.
Tom,
Yeah.
what did we just hear?
So we just heard the theme from Terminator 2, which is a movie I think. Do we all like Terminator 2?
We all
I think
love
like would be
Terminator.
an understatement.
Okay.
I'm a little bit of an imposter because I still haven't seen Terminator.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
You
Me
have
too.
to.
Me too.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I thought you've seen it. I feel like
I
you
thought,
talked
yeah.
about it.
I feel like
No,
we've talked about Terminator.
It's, like, really good.
I thought I saw it too, but I think it's just the first 10 minutes of it.
We got to watch
Well,
it.
it's a
then.
damn good
Let's
first
do
10
a-
minutes.
Let's do a watch
Well,
together.
anyways, Terminator 2, Terminator 1 is directed by James Cameron from Canada. He moved to the U.S. pretty young, I think at like 13 or something like that. But technically a Canadian, and we're going to start off, as we always do, with a link. And the link today is Terminator 2 and James Cameron. What is your favorite James Cameron movie? Johnny?
Okay. So I gotta say it, as you guys just said it. It's Terminator 2.
Sure.
It's such a good movie, and I think it's like the first like inappropriate or like R-rated film that I ever watched as a kid, and I'm like, damn, like this is crazy. And it's such an engaging film, and like it still holds up, and like the performances are great, the story's great, and it's also like a really tight film. I don't think there are any boring parts, and it's something I always like to revisit, and it reminds me of my early childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite the opposite of Paris, Texas. SNOOZEFEST. SNOOZEFEST.
Great movie though.
We had to get that
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
Paris,
we had
Texas. Can we get
Great movie.
thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh.
Can we pan?
Can we do
Okay,
2
2
thumbs?
thumbs
Yeah.
up for Paris,
2
Texas.
thumbs?
One
Two
of the
thumbs up
greatest
for
films
him.
If
ever
I
made.
had more
Thumbs up
thumbs,
for
I would do
Tom.
more thumbs.
Oh, man. Thumb foot.
Currently in my letterbox
Oh,
top 4.
Thumb foot. Boom.
And then
You got-
Yehia, how many thumbs up or
Oh,
thumbs
what are
down
we
for
doing?
you?
We're doing 1 thumbs up. We'll give
Oh,
it
okay. Well, hey,
All
that's
right.
not bad.
Scroll on him.
Give
Okay.
it a thumbs up.
Yehia, would you like to go next with your favorite James Cameron movie?
Yeah. No, this one's a tough one because I haven't seen that many actually. I only saw like
But
up
I
there.
think you have respect for him as a filmmaker, right?
Yeah, more so. And then I think probably my favorite would probably be Titanic. It's a bit out there, but
And
But-
why is it
and-
Titanic for you?
because I remember the first time I saw it, it was like really like it's a very memorable film. And the first time I saw it was like there's this Egyptian cable channel called Mix Hollywood in Egypt, and I was in Gouna, which is like next to the Red Sea, and I was having tea at like 3 a.m. and I turned it on. It was like halfway done. So did that count if that I saw it?
Have you seen the first half of it some other time?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I really liked the
Yehia
second.
can
Yeah.
vouch for the second.
Yeah.
Had the iceberg hit? Spoilers.
He got
there.
the gist of it.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
the gist of it.
Had they hit the iceberg yet?
I can't remember. So
Were
probably
they in the
not.
process of sinking or not?
I don't know. Billy Zane was
Yeah.
like yelling at Kate Winslet, so
That happens like throughout the whole film.
I don't know.
I think we can say a boat was for sure involved with the part
Yeah,
of the film we were watching.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert if you didn't know the Titanic.
Yeah.
How that went
So
down.
sorry about
Yeah.
that, guys.
Okay. Matthias.
Matthias.
So I'm gonna go Terminator 1.
Ooh.
And
Nice.
similarly to Johnny, it was like one of the first like R-rated films I ever saw. I actually watched it on VHS. First time ever watching a
Whoa.
VHS when I was a kid at my grandparents' cottage, and it's just kind of a special special memory for me. Like I remember my mom rewinded the VHS, and I was like, "What the hell is this? Like you got to rewind the movie?"
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have like. watched on
I had
VHS.
Scooby Doo on VHS, and I'd never. I was sorry to interrupt you, but
No, go
I was always impatient, and I never. When I finished an episode, I'd never want to rewind it then, so I'd always have to start off with rewinding it, and then I would always like look and see like I would be looking at it as it was rewinding, and then I would see who did it in the beginning. Well, at the end, but I would be replaying, and I would always have it spoiled for me.
That's a good story. But yeah, it's just. No,
I think my friend saw the Goofy movie. Like he showed me the Goofy movie on VHS, but that's about it. That's the only VHS.
Oh, the Goofy Scooby Doo one.
No, just the Goofy movie.
like
I know there's
Mickey
a
Mouse?
Goofy.
Like the cartoon one.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the Scooby Doo? Scooby Doo's little like brother or like the little
Like cousin,
Scrappy-Doo.
right?
Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo. I thought it was
Scrappy,
Goofy Doo. There we go. Scrappy
No,
Doo.
Scrappy Doo, bro.
No, but Terminator 1, it's
Yeah, sorry.
no, it's classic. It's I gotta rewatch it because it's been years. But
We gotta do that together then.
yeah, we should do
I didn't like the first
double
Terminator.
feature. Let's do Terminator 1 and 2 together.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
Oh wow.
I think
That's
before
called
it's
double feature.
Yeah.
You know-
get something going. Then we could go back on the podcast. And
Yeah,
discuss.
exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
You know that's the thing. Like I don't really watch more than one movie in like a day because I get like headaches.
What's the most amount of movies you guys have watched in one day?
Two,
5.
probably.
I think 4 for me on a plane.
What?
I watched in 2 days. I watched 10 films. I watched 5 Hitchcock films one day in the summer, then the next day. I don't know what the 5 films were, but I watched 5 films one day and 5 films the other day. I woke
lot of
up at like
films.
7 a.m., got a movie in, had some breakfast, got a movie in, had some
This is a
lunch,
movie
got a
lover.
movie in.
This is what it's about.
Dude, this is
This
the
is-
dedication you need for this.
This is cinema. Yes.
Cinema.
Now I remember I saw the first, actually, because we're talking about Terminator. I saw the first Terminator and Goldfinger in the same day,
Oh,
and it was a really bad showing. Like I had my laptop open because I wanted to get in my clothes because I was going to like a lunch, my grandmother's lunch, like in the afternoon. So I woke up in the morning, and like as I was putting my pants on, like unzipped, whatever, and I'm like as I'm putting on, and time went by so fast. Goldfinger finished. So like
Goldfinger finished when you were putting your pants on?
yeah, dude. I swear to God, I'm
Were
not
you
joking.
watching this at home on TV?
No, like I had my laptop open and on
your laptop.
on my
Changed
laptop,
and
and it was on
watching
the bed, and I was like putting my pants up, and then like someone came in and they walked out 50 times. I don't know, and then probably like my brother came in to do stuff, but like I was
Time
so
flies with Yehia. I don't think. Is it 24 hours in a day for you? Or
I don't know, man. And then after Goldfinger finished, I was like, yo, let's hit up Terminator, and I watched Terminator. I was like, what is this? This is garbage.
What?
What?
And
You
then
love Terminator.
well, no, I thought I did.
This was the first one, right?
Yeah, this was the first one. And then, so I saw it. I was like, what is this? This is whack. And then, like, people are like, yo, Terminator, this is amazing. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Arnold, man.
Terminator is good. But maybe I didn't enjoy it, so I got to revisit it.
It's everything you love in a movie. You love action movies. You love
I know.
But don't- like,
explosions,
I know.
love,
Gotta
like,
give it another shot.
robots that time travel.
James
and
Cameron is always he's like he makes a movie, right? Like he's not doing
Dude,
it.
he
Like,
makes
really-
movies.
He goes all
There's,
out.
there's
He
no
does.
realism. It's just like
He does.
how
Listen.
can I make the coolest thing to watch?
I'm not the biggest James Cameron fan in the world. Like, I don't know. Maybe a bit of a hot take here. But he goes all out with a movie.
He does.
He does.
Avatar, with Terminator.
Thank
with
you. Yeah,
Titanic.
we got
I
talking
can
about
give him
Avatar.
respect there.
We
As a
gotta talk about
filmmaker,
it.
he goes all out. So his films aren't my favorite, but the man goes all out.
The man does
Speaking
go
of
on.
James Cameron, I'm pretty sure Avatar 3 is coming out like very soon.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
they already have
excited.
like an Avatar 4, 5, and 6 like lined
Yeah,
up.
They got a lot.
The
locked
one
and
that's
loaded.
coming out is Fire. Then
Oh, wow.
what else?
Because they
just
just
doing
had the
like
way
on
the
the
water-
They need a
Jago, but
wind
with
one.
Avatar.
The first one is Earth.
Shout out Lynch and
Second one
Kubrick.
is water. Third one's fire. They need Earth. Oh, sorry, wind.
like all the
Yeah,
elements.
they need the wind, the flying
I
one.
swear, all they need
Well,
now
you know-
is spin jitsu, and then
It's cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go for a curveball. I have 2 here. So
Oh.
one of them is kind of I don't know if it really works. He produced it and wrote it. So I'll run it by you guys, and if you guys don't think it counts, I got another one for you.
I mean,
yeah,
I
hit
kind of saw like Titanic halfway through and called it mine. So
Yeah, but he directed it and he wrote it. So
He
that's,
did, yeah.
Anyone seen Strange Days?
Who directed Strange Days?
Catherine Bigelow.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe they were husband and wife. They at
Yeah.
least dated.
I think they were husband and wife.
Okay, they were.
This is Ray Fiennes, right?
Yep, Ray Fiennes. And
Wow.
this is I don't know why I'm citing her in this. She's done much better things, but she's in the Suicide Squad movies. She's the
Margot Robbie.
no. The
She acting in it?
Let me look it up on
the older lady, she's like she's not part of the gang, but she's the one like, I'll blow your head off if you don't do what I say.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
She's like the leader.
I forget her name, but
Angela Bassett. She's in Mission Impossible.
No, I think it's.
Oh yeah, it's Angela Bassett.
Oh yeah.
She's done much better things than Suicide Squad, but for some reason that popped in my head.
Suicide Squad.
Shout out Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Set against a backdrop of a dystopian LA, not unlike Blade Runner. The main character, Lenny, played by Ralph Fiennes, deals the movie's drug, which is immersion, in the form of Apple Vision Pros. Not really, but
like fake Apple Vision Pros.
That was a joke I kind of had. But the movie is about the drug, and the drug is basically like you get to live someone else's memory, but you plug in and you put this thing on your head, and then I don't know why, but I kind of thought it looked like an Apple Vision Pro. So like you just kind of like you're going around and you get to live experiences. Yeah. It's whack. It's kind of cool though. It's executive produced and written by James Cameron. But if that doesn't count, which is kind of iffy if it does, The Abyss. I love The Abyss.
That's
The
a good
Abyss is
one.
awesome.
I've not seen this one.
Yeah, this is the underseen water James Cameron epic.
Yeah.
Underseen water.
Yeah, because James Cameron. Avatar,
loves water.
the most recent Avatar. The
guy has a
Abyss,
water
Titanic.
fetish, bro.
Yeah.
I think he sleeps on a waterbed.
And also, like, he
Right.
knows his stuff with like the stuff that like with like submarines and
And Piranha 2, forgot.
Yeah.
Also the water.
it's like yeah.
The one thing I know about The Abyss is there's this one shot where I think the camera op actually wipes off the. Do you guys know about this?
I know that like the
Wipes
set,
off the
bro.
lens, and it's kept in the final cut of the film.
Like
But
in
you
the
don't
middle
even,
of it.
like really notice it because it's like one of the scenes where it's like they're underwater and like the camera's dipping in and out of the water. But I'm pretty sure that's left in the final cut. There's like the camera op wipes the lens off and wipes some water off it. But there's so much going on in the shot that a lot of people miss it.
I forgot to mention that The Abyss and Aliens of the Deep, or the two documentaries that he did, are also on water. This guy loves water.
Yeah, he
and,
does.
And Titanic too is
Yeah.
I love water too,
Yeah.
bro.
big thing of water here.
And this houses a lot of
thirsty.
the themes and ideas that
Yeah.
Cameron is known for, like nature and environmentalism and humanity and technology. You see that with
Avatar for sure.
yeah. So those are the kind of themes, and I think it's all encompassed. I think everything that James Cameron is about is distilled into this movie, and I love it. It's claustrophobic. It's really cool.
I'd love
to-
to.
Yeah.
It seems like it has a lot of character
Yes.
Yeah.
compared to his other.
And it's got a lot of it's just great.
I'd love to be on that shoot, man. I would have loved to be in that shoot. I think I'd be more likely to.
You wouldn't watch the movie, but you'd be on the shoot.
Clutch. I'd come in clutch.
What would you do on set?
Well, they wouldn't have drowned, first of all.
What would you do on set though?
I'd give them air, man.
You'd be like the oxygen.
Yeah,
tank
he's
guy.
giving
Yeah.
the kiss of life.
A kiss of life.
You're giving them
Me
air,
and
right?
Ed Harris.
Fuck.
They
Me
want
and
John because they'll
Yes,
come with
man.
the kiss of life.
Kiss of life. You guys want to talk about the Oscars, or we not have time?
No, let's do it right now.
Okay, let's do
do
it right
it.
now. Okay, so we mentioned James Cameron a bit, and we wanted to talk about the Oscars because it just happened. We were able to sneak this into the program for our loyal, humble, honorable viewers. So we're gonna sneak it in as we're doing it. What do you guys think of? Because I made the thumbnail before this episode.
Anora was garbage.
Anora was garbage.
So who said that? Was that Johnny that said that?
It
No,
was Johnny.
that
said
wasn't on me. No,
That's people
was
seem to be coming from
was
Johnny.
it's fine. But no, to be honest, so Anora won big,
Yeah.
like really huge, especially with what like Sean Baker did, getting like editing, directing, writing, and also picture because he produced
$18
it.
million Oscar campaign.
Well, yeah,
More than the
I
budget
saw
of the
that.
You
I
guys see
saw that. Yeah,
It came out like 2 days ago. Yeah.
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 So,
Does
yeah.
that count though? Then
But like that's not like uncommon for films. Like
I guess that's fair enough. But I feel like it's better to win an Oscar based on like you're just good.
I would.
Yeah, but
I
that
would
doesn't
agree,
happen.
But it
I swear it
doesn't-
does, bro.
I think it's like a part of the
I swear it
process.
does,
like,
bro.
Since the 90s with Harvey Weinstein, that doesn't happen because he's kind of the guy who
Yeah.
who made the big campaign and the big
Did
budget.
you hear about like I didn't know this, but apparently, Adrian Brody's wife is Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife,
No, I didn't know that.
which is crazy.
Is this true?
This is 100% true. And as soon as she
You heard it from
divorced him,
Yehia.
she got with Adrian Brody, which is kind of weird. I
We
don't
should
know.
have a like a spin-off of Yehia and Egg where we talk like Hollywood drama. Like,
Yeah, we totally should. We totally should.
But like, I still haven't seen Anora. We watched the first like
20 minutes
in class,
Yeah.
which I meant to watch it before the podcast so we could talk MB.
It's really good.
It was really tight,
I really
the
liked
first
it.
25 minutes was like
I really
so
enjoyed the
tight.
film.
The lenses were gorgeous, like the shots
Yeah.
were awesome.
Yeah, the shots were really
It had,
nice.
like
Shot at
24,
35.
28. It was a nice little lens. Like
It
some
proves
wide
that
shots, a
you
lot of
don't
handheld
you
stuff.
don't need $100 million movie
Yes,
to make
exactly,
a good-looking
yes.
film.
I was quite happy with Anora winning because like this was a $6 million production, and like you've got great cast. It looks great. It's shot on film. Shout out. Like,
Oh,
it's shot on
really?
35, yeah.
There you go.
Which
Okay.
like on a $6 million budget is like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like they shot on location for everything too, which I'm a huge fan of. I'm not a big like build these awesome sets.
But
like,
small crew, right?
small crew, and I
Yeah.
think that's how you do it. Like Stanley Kubrick, he always had a pretty small crew. Like
Yeah, no Marvel
And
crew.
from what I
That's
what I
awesome.
hear about Sean Baker is the crew is very it's a family, and for the past couple of films it's all been the same crew. So he really they have a gel
Yeah.
together.
that's awesome.
I think that
They know each other well.
yeah. So I think that's more in common with like independent films when they have like a crew that stays the same.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I mean, let's say we're more likely to become independent filmmakers, us in the room. So I'd probably have you guys, do stuff,
Oh yeah.
and you guys would have me do
Jump in
stuff.
front of cars.
Yeah, man, that'd be sick, dude. I'd love to do that, guys. If anybody's watching Stuntless Canada, I sent you guys an email. You rejected me, but if you guys want me to get hit by a car, I'm your man.
You're gonna be the sniper.
No waiver
Like,
signed.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll just do it. On
I'll
the
do
spot.
it. No waiver signed.
Do you know how to get hit by a car like properly?
I'll figure it out, bro.
He does not. He does not. We were talking about this off the pod. He did not.
Listen, dude, I
It's
saw
like,
a
oh,
YouTube.
if
I
they're going
saw a
under 20,
YouTube
it'll be
tutorial.
fine.
I saw a YouTube tutorial.
How to get hit by a car?
Yes.
I'll jump and I'll roll in a certain way, and if they're going under 20, it'll be,
You-
no
dude,
broken bones. No broken
No, no,
bones.
no.
You'll be good.
Yeah, dude, I swear, if you go like 10, 20, you're good. You're golden.
No.
And then you work your way up.
No.
No,
Don't get hit
Don't
by
do
a car.
this.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll just have
you gotta be
Matthias
safe.
do it.
like get the
Okay.
training.
Yeah.
If that's something you want to
you're
do.
too much of a good friend. I don't want you in the hospital.
No.
Thank you, brother. It's okay. At least I know, like, going to, like, I did it for, like, a good reason, for cinema.
For student
Yeah.
film.
And then if you're stuck in the hospital, we'll just come meet you and we'll watch the movies together.
Yeah,
Like a
exactly.
Terminator
And then
marathon.
how about
guys-
doing the podcast?
We'll
in
open
the
up
hospital?
mixed
Oh, yeah,
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to Anora.
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
about that.
Circling back.
Circling back, I really enjoyed it. I saw it at TIFF, and I also I didn't have a ticket, so I like it was like the
You
big
snuck
film.
in?
No.
You
So-
had the rush thing, right?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
the rush thing. It was like the big film of the festival. I'm like, I didn't have a ticket, and like the resales were so expensive. So I thought, hey, I'm just gonna rush to this. It was on a Sunday. I didn't have anything better to do, so I waited 8 hours in line to see it.
How long was Rush line? Like, how many tickets did they sell for Rush?
I think actually that night they gave a decent amount away, a decent amount, but still like I wanted to make sure like that I got a ticket and I got in and I was like 5th in line, and it was a fun experience, and that for sure made me a bit more biased towards the film because I put in that much time, but I really enjoyed it, and it was one of my favorite films of the festival.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the first 20 minutes as well. I haven't seen much, so I can't say like, oh, based on the first 20 minutes, I
Why
don't
you
think
just
Mikey
judge
Madison.
the first 20 minutes.
It was tight.
Um,
first 20 minutes.
it was tight, but
in a good way.
I don't know. The first 20 minutes is a bit controversial for me because it's literally just like this setting, and I'm not a fan of like that kind of setting. I'm not gonna say it on here, but you guys can assume what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
I'm not a fan of that kind of like style when they I think it's a little bit exploitive the first 20 minutes. I won't lie. I don't think you need that much.
But I think
show.
if you finish the film, you'll see that that's setting up
Definitely.
certain things that you'll see pay off
Definitely.
in the last 20
Definitely.
30,
Yeah.
Let's
40
catch it
minutes.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
We'll watch
We
it
will.
together.
We will.
You guys should, man. Like-
Absolutely. And I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of exploiting, like sexual things on camera. I think it's a bit just for like not for me. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but for the actors as well, it just kind of feels weird. And then when they get nominated to win an Oscar, it's less of like their acting skills and more they're like what they show on camera. So it's like, I don't know. For me, but it's the first 20 minutes, right? So I don't know yet. We'll find out what happens in the rest.
I forgot to say
film.
off the top of we were supposed to mention at the top that our views do not reflect the Spiritlive thing. Yeah, sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That just jumped in my head. As that. Our views do not reflect
Yeah,
Spiritlive. This is our own identity. Our own views.
Yeah. This is our own identity. If like I get sued, it's me, my fault. Not even any
You
of
gotta
these
say
guys.
something crazy to like get sued for like speaking.
I know, right? No, I have to say something like
Let's
amazing.
move on.
let's not poke the bear. Any other wins or losses that we liked or didn't like at the Oscars?
I mean, let's talk about Dune Part 2 because
Love Dune.
I think that one was like. I think maybe people forgot about it.
Yeah, but
It was a little early
and
in
I
the
also
season.
think-
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The time that it came out was not a time that was provoking a lot of Oscar buzz,
Yeah.
right? Like the films that
True.
normally like
This time last year, right? I think so.
it was
Similar.
pretty.
But yeah, I
pretty
also
early
think
in
it
the
didn't
year.
benefit
It
from
was
the fact
April.
that it was a
It
sequel.
came out in the summer, right?
No.
No,
was like
no.
April,
Came out
right?
like
It was
March,
April.
April.
Okay.
I remember it because
Yeah.
it came out in Ramadan. It's Ramadan this
Okay,
year,
yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
so that that's just so long that you have to build the hype then to make box office, but then you have to spend a whole bunch of new money to get the hype machine going again, right?
Yeah,
During the
yeah.
season, and that's a lot to ask.
To me, Dune
Yeah.
Part 2 is a perfect movie.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Honestly, I gave it like a
But-
less
but
of a
when-
half star, but
But when does Oscars award the perfect movie?
Never.
Yeah,
We're-
they,
the
they,
Oscars
they
are,
award.
you
I
know,
guess
the
not.
most
But I
Oscar
think
movie normally.
actually I mentioned or I didn't mention. So I saw a video. I could send it to you guys. But it was this guy who did a video on the problem with the Oscars, and this is actually like it has nothing to do with the films itself.
I think I
other
saw
than
that thumbnail for that
You,
video. on
you saw
YouTube.
that video?
I didn't watch the video though.
Yeah, so the video talks about how they give popular actors more time for their speeches rather than unpopular creatives, which is kind of unfair. Like
Yeah,
for the
for
best
sure.
sound, Dune won, and there were 3 guys. Each guy the first guy got 25 seconds, the second guy got 20 seconds, and the third guy was about to talk into the mic, and they like cued the music and like brushed him off stage.
Yeah, and then Brody, they keep music.
And they keep like, and then like for
they
Brody,
definitely give more time to those,
which
big
I think they
awards. Yes.
should.
Because those are the
they
awards
should.
that the most people want to
Exactly.
hear. Like
Yeah.
I want to hear the sound.
If we have,
Exactly.
like,
But
some
I don't think
random-
most people care about
some
that.
random guy winning some small award like go on for 2 minutes, people are gonna change the channel. Like our attention spans
On a-
are.
I
like,
think so,
decent.
but I think that there should be like that. I can imagine myself in the shoes
I
of
feel
that
bad
guy.
for him too. Yeah.
Like I don't know if he's ever gonna be up there on that stage. First
No, I
nom,
hear you.
first Oscar. You know, he's about to say like a thank you for like 10 seconds, and they just shoo him off stage. And then I feel like I feel like Adrian Brody was kind of rude. I won't lie, a little bit with his speech. You know, I couldn't make a lot of what he said because he was very talking in incomplete sentences, and he was looking up and he was like so I don't know how I feel about that. I also kind of felt like, I don't know, as an audience member, I felt kind of insulted when he was like chewing gum and he threw it at his wife a little. And you see that part?
Yeah,
He was chewing
you're
gum,
up
he took
for
it
an
out of his
Oscar,
mouth.
if you're part of if you're in the top 5, you should be expecting
Yeah.
not that you should be expecting
pretty
to win,
obvious
but
he
you
was
should
gonna
be
win, too.
anticipating.
You shouldn't be
being
chewing
ready to
gum.
win.
Yeah.
you spit that out, you swallow it
It was
a
kind of
minute
fun.
before
It was-
they announced your
Yeah.
the
It's kinda-
award
I
that you
felt
could
kinda-
possibly win.
Yeah.
But also like
That's not a smart move.
it was
yeah.
pretty obvious that he was gonna win too.
It's a
It's
lot
like-
of
So
It-
even more so,
yeah.
you should be ready, right? If you think there's any chance of you winning, you should, have the buttons done up. You
Yeah.
should have the hair right. You should spit the gum out, swallow it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And also, there was the same guy in the same video. He mentioned how there's no like thing like a thing that says like what makes it for someone to be a supporting actor. Like Kieran Culkin and Zoe Saldana were both actually the lead in their movie, but they were named supporting. They were both in more than 65% of the film, yet they were put in the supporting actress category because they had a better chance to win because they'd have no chance otherwise in the lead actress category.
Yeah.
It's all tactics, right? Like
Yeah, and
I don't think
that's
so.
been happening, like, for
He's been
decades.
in most of the
Oscars
film,
suck.
man.
It's dumb.
It's
It's
stupid,
yeah, but the
bro.
Oscars is dumb.
Indicator.
The
of-
Oscars has always been
The
dumb.
Oscars is vain and dumb. It's like it's a whole.
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
It's not
I
a good
know.
indicator of filmmaking. Like
But like even people who have gotten Oscars, like I feel like Anora, like as much as I'm in support of the whole independent thing, people should at least like know about the movie before going into it. Like
They did.
No, it wasn't a mainstream film, dude. It was
Yeah,
like
but
should-
if you know movies, it was big.
Yeah,
But, like,
you would have known it.
it's
like,
not
Like, it
people
won
who
Palme d'Or and then.
I know, but like they
Oscars, so-
didn't
So
like not everyone watches the Oscars, watches every film. They just watch it
Yeah,
for the
of course.
venue.
Yeah.
Like that's what my mother
but
used
the-
to watch
but
it
the-
for.
then doesn't
was
that
nice.
give a spotlight to Anora for more people to see it, and more
Exactly,
people to
yeah.
enjoy it?
Absolutely, but I don't think people like I haven't looked at the stats, but I'm assuming less people tuned in because of that.
Because Anora won.
No, because nobody knows what the films were. Half the films I hadn't heard of.
Like,
Yeah, but
Like-
you
I also think
you should put effort into seeing the
yeah,
film.
and
Of course, but
don't-
I represent the casual viewing of a casual guy who just wants to
you're a
sit
film
down and
student.
enjoy the
You should be
Oscars.
watching the films, right?
I should be, absolutely. No, you're right, but like, you get what I'm saying, though.
no, but like I think it just kind of connects to like how times are changing, and also
Yeah.
the Oscars for sure isn't as big as it once was, and also I'd say like the type of films that that the Oscars like give awards to and that are big at the Oscars aren't as big. I would say, like I don't want to say generally, but oftentimes they aren't as big in like the public and as mainstream as they used to be. And so I think times are changing, movies are changing. So I think if you look at the actual films themselves, I'd say they're pretty similar to what is historically won at the Oscars. But some of these films for sure aren't as big, and like the type of films that would make, for example, $100 million a couple decades ago, and was like a dramatic kind of mid-tier film. Like those type of films aren't being made as much.
Yeah,
these days.
the film landscape is different. So
Completely different.
It's hard
Yeah.
to put. I don't know what's a good '70s Oscar win, like The Godfather or something
Yeah,
like that.
The Godfather
Like,
Part 2.
yeah, it's hard to put
Conversation.
that
Yeah.
against this because
The times are
the film
changing.
landscape is
The times are changing, man.
like Anora is the kind of independent thing that
Yeah.
The Godfather 1 was.
Was
I'm,
it though?
I'm not saying that
I
they're
don't
the
think
same.
so.
I
No.
get what you mean,
Like-
but
Yeah.
like I think like maybe to end off the Oscar talk because it's been a while. but,
Yeah,
like,
no.
I think it's a big win for independent cinema. Like these days we're
Yeah.
seeing like a lot of crap being made, like $100 million films, like
Yeah.
the new Marvel movie.
The
I don't
Marvel
even want
stuff.
to know what the budget was on that Hulk movie. Like it looks
Oh,
awful.
it
Like,
does look really
looks
bad.
terrible.
Over
Like, that's so
250 million
bad, man.
reshoots.
How much?
Over 250 million. So
Oh my
how many
God.
how many
dude.
Sean Baker movies is that? Or
That's
how
like
many
all of
Sean
them.
Baker equivalents
That's
is
his
that?
whole filmography.
Yeah, we need to see more independent films, like different voices. We need good films, and like the return Anora's making, like as an investment. Like now with the 18 million Oscar campaign, that's gonna
Yeah.
set off. But it's probably made like I think around 50 million.
Yeah.
On a
It's
6
close to
million
there.
budget for just production is
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah.
And then even with the extremely expensive Oscar campaign, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
it was definitely like I definitely enjoy the venue more than anything. But on another note, how about we do? I had a question up ready. How about we do the challengers trivia first, and then we jump into the weekly updates?
I like the sound of that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So let's do the challengers trivia, which is a new segment we're doing rather than the music break, guys. And it's basically where we do like a trivia, like kind of like a questionnaire for our guests, more so than us. Like this question doesn't really matter for me, but I'm gonna ask first. Since we started with Jonny, let's start with Jonny as well for here.
That sounds
If you
good.
could intern with a filmmaker in any field, who would you choose and why?
Oof, that is an extremely tough question. as there's
Filmmaker, editor, cinema, anything.
So many filmmakers that I'd want to, but
Dead or alive.
yeah, one that
dead or alive,
currently
yeah.
comes to mind is Damien Chazelle
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
because I'm a big fan of his films. Like
Does he have anything cooking right now?
yeah,
he
not
does have something in line.
He
Yeah,
has the
Oh, does
the biopic, the
on Evil Knievel,
Evil,
right?
I was gonna say I was gonna say who's the guy from Jackass?
Johnny
Hugo?
Johnny
Knoxville?
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Johnny
I was
Knoxville?
thinking Johnny Knoxville. It's him. But yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, like
He's acting in it. What?
No. I
No,
don't know.
no.
They're stupid. But Adrian
looks
Brody
like
might
him?
be in it, and Leo might
Yeah.
be the
that's
main
what I've
character,
heard.
Yeah.
But like we'll
Yeah.
see.
It'll be
But
cool.
yeah, I'm a big fan of his films. Like Whiplash is one of my favorite films of all time, and like it was a very formative film for me. At like a time when like I saw it like I think around 2014, 2015, like when it came out, and like I didn't really watch so many films like that, but it was just so good, and it kind of like I think it transcended into the mainstream, and like I also am a big fan of like La La Land and Babylon. So I think
First Man is awesome.
yeah,
I've never
I
seen
I
First
gotta
Man.
give
Babylon
that
is
a chance.
awesome, and
yeah.
First Man is really
And so, like, I
solid.
think what I like about him is because I like how he can make a really good film, and like from like an independent perspective, and also with a big budget. So I would think it would be very interesting to see how he works and like the choices that he makes.
Yeah, and I think all four of the films that he's made so far are different, right? Like he's,
Yeah, true.
Like
yeah,
Whiplash is not La La Land.
yeah.
Is not a movie about a guy going into space, and is not
No, yeah.
an overly busting movie about
Hollywood, yeah.
Hollywood in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like they're all quite different,
Yeah.
which is really interesting, and you're going to get a lot of knowledge and a lot of different kind of knowledge in that.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you,
play.
Jonny. Matthias.
So dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Anything. Dig him up.
We're gonna pick 2 dead. Maybe I should do 1 alive, but let's do. Actually, yeah, we'll do for dead. Kubrick is my favorite filmmaker, or
Yes,
Lynch.
sir.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that was recent.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And then if I had to pick alive, maybe Denis Villeneuve. Like,
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yes,
shout
that'd
out
be good.
Canadian filmmaker. And
That's a good one.
He's got like bangers on bangers.
So many.
does.
He
Yeah.
does,
Dune
man.
was amazing.
And small and big scale too,
Yeah.
right?
Have you guys seen what's the first
Arrival?
one?
Arrival
Incidents?
is also excellent.
Well, in Cities they have to see though.
What's the one with,
Sicario?
Sicario. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sicario is the best. Is the best thing he's ever
Sicario
done.
is such a good movie. One of the best endings ever.
I got to give that another shot.
Yeah.
Sicario is
I also saw that one on
incredible.
cable, so it kind of ruined it. Like, I
It's
saw
really
halfway
good.
through on
Oh,
cable.
That opening scene to
Oh
the
my
final
God.
scene, like,
Yeah.
oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
it hooks you.
Yeah.
So good.
The one with Hugh Jackman and
Prisoner?
Prisoners?
Prisoners.
Oh, that one's a great one. I
Excellent.
love that one.
And then, is it Enemy, the small one?
Yeah, the one,
Yeah.
the spider
Oh, yeah.
one, right?
But yeah.
Mhm.
Shot
That
in
one
Toronto.
Is it- yeah.
cool.
Pretty sure.
I've not seen that
That
one.
is a really cool film.
Yeah. Also,
small
Blade
one.
Runner.
And
2049, yeah.
2049. I love Blade Runner, both of them. And then back to Dead, David Lynch and Kubrick, like 2 of the greatest filmmakers of all time, my favorites. Kubrick, just like his films are, like, he has so many different films. They're all different genres. We have 2001, which is the best film ever made. Sci-fi, space epic.
Well, if you think about it, he has a top 5 in almost all genres, right?
Yes.
Like
And then I was going to say, The
Kubrick?
Shining for horror. They have,
Yeah.
he has
his war film is
war film.
arguably one of the best.
Barry
Full Metal
Lyndon.
Jacket.
Or Full
Yeah.
Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, Barry Lyndon for historical piece.
And then he has 2 good war films with or I guess you could call it a comedy
I still
too
haven't seen
with
Paths of Glory, but yeah, people love that film.
and for comedy he has whatchamacallit, Doctor Strangelove.
Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
One of-
And satire.
Another one of my favorites. I don't know why when you get on the podcast I just start playing.
I know,
it.
exactly.
And
I
then,
know.
hot take. Well, I don't know if it's a hot take,
Ooh,
but
what's
Eyes Wide Shut is like one of my favorite films of all
I
time. It's
love that movie,
Yeah.
dude.
I just watched it
Incredible.
like
I think
Kubrick film.
this-
Yeah,
It's
Kat and I
Christmas
watched
break
that
and-
together.
that's the
it is-
first. I was gonna
it's
say
so haunting.
it's the first film we saw together, man. Like when we do you not remember
Was
that?
it the first film in theaters? Because did we watch
No,
From Russia with Love before?
I
that?
don't think so. I don't think so, actually.
We can look back on Letterboxd. And
We
is-
definitely
But
can.
it's one of the first movies you definitely
Yeah,
saw.
it's definitely one of the first ones we
I think it's
watched.
the first, at least in theaters. It's definitely the
Carlton, we went to Carlton, we saw it, and I was like
$5,
tripped
man.
out, and I read about it and the whole Kubrick thing and how he died like 2 weeks
yeah,
before.
It's crazy.
It's trippy. I don't know if I want to believe it because
That
I
they
want him
killed
to be.
for that movie.
Yeah, I want to believe it because I don't want to get too controversial on here, but I think
No,
like
let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean,
whether
there's-
it's true or not, I think it adds to the movie.
It does.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
It
You,
does.
you can think it's bullshit, or sorry, you can think it's fake, but I think it adds to the mystique of the
It
movie.
really does.
Because
And
the
it's-
movie's about that, right?
It is such a haunting film. Like, and we know, like, let's just say, like, some sketchy stuff goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
in
man.
Hollywood with the elites and everything, and then like, it haunts you. Like, it sits
It
with
does
you. That
scare
movie,
me, dude.
it is
That movie
scary.
especially.
Yeah, and it sits with you. Like, I think
It
about
does,
that movie
man.
often. Like, and those to me are the real films that stand out. The
Yeah.
ones that really sit with you. You're just hanging out on like a Sunday afternoon, and then
And you're
think
like,
about
what?
it, and you're like,
What
it makes
is
you feel something.
It
All those
does. I mean,
years later maybe.
yeah. I mean, the second part of I'll just say this briefly because we talked about Eyes Wide Shut. But the second part of our trivia was if you could watch a rerun movie. If what was the best movie you saw that didn't come out this year, and it was a rerun movie, and it was I had Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, so I just put that out there. Can I do the challenge thing?
I was going to do it, so yeah. You
Actually, you want to do it?
no, it's meant. Please go.
Okay.
But I'm also doing it, so it's all good.
Yeah, we're all doing it.
Can't pass up a good question, man.
No, it is a good question. So I have entered with like a legend in the Egyptian film industry, Sharif Arafa. I really enjoyed working with him. I haven't been in contact with him in a while, but I just think, when you work, I treat him more as like an independent filmmaker because he doesn't make Hollywood big scale stuff, and especially for like the Egyptian film industry, which is like the most expensive film made was Kira Wigin, which was I think $3 million USD, but you got to translate that to Egyptian currency. But I think it was a pretty big budget production. They travel around. So that was a great time. I really enjoyed that. You learn so much from learning someone, like even if it's like a small time filmmaker above you. But this guy was pretty big, so I got really lucky. And I mean, if there was someone that you guys can see this coming, like Hollywood guy. You got like Johnny's smiling. He knows I'd say Michael Bay. It's Michael Bay.
What about what about
Yeah, go ahead.
the film? What is the film we saw the Egyptian film from the 50s or 60s that was nominated for
Oh,
an Oscar?
yeah, it almost got nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, so that one
who
was
is that
called
by?
Cairo Station, and that one's by Yusuf Shaheen, which is known as one of the greatest Egyptian filmmakers to ever live. Like no one's
That would be really cool if you were in that time period. I mean,
that would
yeah,
be.
if you were the age you are now, whenever that was being made, that would be really cool.
Yeah, so no one's ever surpassed that filmmaker. They all kind of look up to him.
Egyptian film doesn't really like exist outside of Egypt. I think like
Outside of the Middle East, I'd say.
Middle East, okay,
Outside the Middle
'Cause
East.
I remember like when I first met you, like in first year, like you were talking to me and you're like, telling me about Egyptian films. Like I've never seen an Egyptian film, and you're like, yeah, I don't think
it's cool.
It's bigger.
It's
outside
cool
of the
No.
to
Yeah.
watch Egyptian films and to watch French films and stuff, but it's not in vogue to watch Middle Eastern cinema. I don't think, which is poor.
I think-
which is not good.
Yeah, I mean,
That is
There's
true.
so many great films.
I think in terms of like technical stuff, we are behind. And so technically, we are behind. Like there's still some stuff that we break so many rules. I watch a lot. Like I saw a film yesterday on cable, and he was wearing a white buttoned up shirt, and it was so overexposed you can see the buttons. Like I was like, that's like basic filmmaking.
You
right?
are gonna change.
I hope
Egyptian
so.
filmmaking
I hope so.
for
But
the
I think
better.
like
You'll be a monument.
when I look at that
to
stuff,
Egyptian filmmaking.
I hope so, man. Thank you very much. When I look at that stuff, I think, well, you know, if I'm noticing it, I'm sure someone in Egypt's watching it and going like, "That's overexposed." I can't be the only guy who's watched it say.
You don't have to go to film school to see that shirt is
It's
overexposed. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think there was this one really famous actor in Egypt. He worked as an extra on Moon Knight, the Marvel show, and he was saying he did it. He was on a podcast as well, and he said he did it for more of like an experience. He just wanted to see. He's like, I want to see how these guys work, like outside of Egypt. And he was like, dude, they have so much more time, so much more money, and I think it's time is the biggest thing. Like time is the biggest enemy in
Time is
Egypt. Yeah, time is money, and he was talking about like a film that they would have shot in like 2 days. They spent 2 weeks in Budapest shooting like a mini action scene. Shout out Moon Knight.
Shout out Budapest.
Shout out Budapest. Oh yeah, you're
I'm
Hungarian.
Hungarian,
Matthias is Hungarian. Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. And then he was talking about how, you know, story wise, we've got a lot more history, you know, a lot more stories to tell, but no one's just cracking down on that. We just want to make commercial films, and nobody wants to tell stories now. And I think some of our best films were the ones that were like super original. Nobody mentioned, like the most successful comedies was one.
You sound like Ali Reza right now.
Do I?
Like a
Thank
little
you.
bit with like the telling your own story.
Yeah. It's actually the best film I saw last week as well. It's called Asal Iswad, and it's a story about immigration, about some guy who lives in America, and he moves to Egypt for the first time in like say 20 years, and he sees how it's more run down and everything, but like at the core of it is still the same. So yeah, I think like technically we've got a lot more work to do, and it's important to acknowledge how, you know, we're technically behind in terms of like cameras and things like that, and lighting, and maybe like, you know, the ways to light things, you know, 180 rule, that kind of thing. You know, maybe we're a bit behind on that, but I think story wise we're definitely up there. It's probably I mean, there's bias obviously. Like I think Egypt's the best ever country to ever exist ever. Like no question. Like it's like this is number one, Egypt, and then number two is like way down here. It's not even on
Who's
camera.
number 2?
bro.
Yeah. Call him out.
Oh, definitely Canada, right? Like, it has to be. It has to be. But and 3 is Japan, and then yeah. So Egyptian films are great. What were we talking about a second before this? Who would I intern with? Yeah, I saw Michael Bay. Michael Bay.
all that for Michael Bay.
All that from I didn't even talk about Michael Bay. Like this intern was
Okay,
like more.
give us some quick thoughts on Michael Bay then.
Well, Michael Bay's so cool. I think.
What film of Michael Bay's would
I want to
be
worked on?
on?
Oh my god, dude! Probably Pearl Harbor, dude. I want to be on that set so bad. They were blowing up stuff, and and it was in Japan, and it was awesome. So I'd love to.
Yehia could have hit the button on all those explosions. He would be a happy man.
I'd do it.
Oh my
Bop,
God.
I'd
bop,
do it.
bop.
I'd probably do it before they hit the
I'm
camera.
imagining the guy from Tropic Thunder who's
Yeah, exactly.
Where he
That's
jumps
what
just to push the buttons.
Yeah,
Oh.
He does it too early.
yeah.
He doesn't even do it on the right time.
All right.
Okay.
I think it's Tom. Tom, who would you intern with?
You want to take a guess, anyone?
I'm gonna guess.
They're alive today. Actually, they have a film coming out.
Damn.
They have a film coming out in 4 days, and I'm so hyped.
Ooh.
Ooh, I think
I
have a
can't-
guess.
These are
wait
2
for this
guys.
One dude.
One
I
dude.
think I have a guess.
Can you give us a hint?
I was gonna say Palm
Bald.
Presper.
Bald?
I know this guy.
Came out in the very, very late 80s, early 90s.
I know this
with
guy.
Tarantino, not Tarantino, but in that run of filmmakers.
Steven Soderbergh.
Yes, I knew it.
Black Bag is coming out.
Does that
in
mean
4 days?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Can't wait. Black Bag.
I also want to see Presents.
Yeah, I saw Presents at TIFF.
Ooh, lucky you.
Presents is really good. Black Bag is my most anticipated film of the year.
Oh wow.
I cannot wait.
So what? Why would you?
Stylish Spies.
So why was you entering with him, bro?
Okay, well, I'm gonna be real cheeky, just as I was with the
Be cheeky.
I'm so cheeky. So
With
cheeky.
Strange Days.
He is not only a director, he also edits and shoots his own stuff. He does not write his own stuff.
Oh, he doesn't.
No, he has never written any of them.
Oh,
But he
Ridley.
edits and he shoots his own stuff. He will shoot something for a day, and then he'll shoot and direct something in the day, and then edit it at night. So he will have a film done for the most part, because he's not very special effects heavy movies. He will have his films done a week after shooting them. And
Yeah,
that's why
that's
he has
unheard
2
of.
films
I've heard
coming
stories
out
like
tonight.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's made like
2 films coming out
50,
tonight.
50 or 60 films from 89
And
to
he really does play with the craft.
How
and
is
he
this
innovates.
quality? Like, if you're doing 50 films in, what is that, 50 years, 40 years?
40, yeah, a little over
40-ish
40,
years,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I like a lot of them.
All
Like,
right, I gotta-
I like.
He has some bangers.
I haven't seen any
I haven't
Soderbergh.
seen.
Ocean's films.
I
still
see so
haven't
much.
seen
he
any.
sent-
Oh, you gotta see Ocean's 11.
Traffic.
It's
I know.
So
it's
good.
such a great
I like
movie.
12 more.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape is
Ooh, I
one of
gotta
my
see that.
all-time favorite movies.
I've heard that's incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I saw him at TIFF. I saw him at
Oh, wow.
TIFF for he talked about Presents, and then
Yeah.
I also saw him for his there was a
In
the-
conversation.
in conversation. That's the
Yeah.
word. I saw him for that, and what I like about him, the thing I like him about the most is I like someone who knows what they like.
Yeah.
And Steven Soderbergh knows what he likes in his own work, and he doesn't like, and he knows what he likes and doesn't like in the industry. He's very polite and respectful about it, but he knows what he likes, and that's the kind of way I like to live. I want to know my own taste, and he's very in control of that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd not that I want. He would be able to teach me about cinematography and editing and directing. So I feel like I would get a master class.
Getting a good bang
In-
for your buck.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow.
Well, that's that.
Yeah.
Sir.
Well,
should we go on to film of the week?
let's do film of the week. We were gonna do the best rerun in cinema, but I think we'll leave that for next episode. How about that?
Ooh.
Why don't we do you want to do the rerun instead of the best film?
I would
Which one do you guys want to do
I
more?
think
Let's do
Rerun's better.
Rerun's
Okay,
better?
let's do rerun then. Yeah.
Spam numbers calling. me.
Okay, well let's do a minute each, and then we'll wrap up.
Put 'em on the box.
So best one I've seen in theater.
Rerun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay,
it can't be like
okay.
Dune you saw this year.
Okay, so I don't know if this is like my favorite of all time, but here's one I really enjoyed.
Yeah, tell us.
So during December, Interstellar came out for like the 10-year anniversary, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw it in theaters when it first came out when I was 9. Like I didn't love it, like, and then
That's a hard film at 9 to be like
it was
hell
hard
yeah.
to kind of like get into, and I think it was around then, and then people always talked about how it's like their favorite film and how it's like such a great film. Like I didn't really get the hype, but then I saw it was coming back in IMAX, and then I said okay, and then my dad who loved the movie, I'm like okay, Dad, like let's go see it, and then so we saw it in this huge IMAX screen, and I gotta say like I loved it. It was so
I don't
fun.
think you can watch that on your
Yeah.
on your TV. I don't
no,
think
like it
I think
doesn't
I watched it on my
compare.
phone.
yeah.
And like
Oh,
the
really?
score is
I do
so
a lot of-
good.
I actually
not
do a
even just the
surprising amount of
visual,
movies on
but
my
I think
phone.
the sound, right?
The sound's a huge part, and it's
you need
so
to
good.
you need to have that. Like you can't have that on
Yeah.
50 volume. You got to
Yeah.
have that on like 100
Yeah.
blasting. in
So
a
what I'll
theater.
say is, I get the hype. I think it's a great movie, and it was such a fun time.
I have a really bad viewing experience with that movie. Really bad. I mentioned this before, I think. I'll do it really quickly. I was on a 12-hour flight to Egypt, and it was an old model of a plane. It was like from the 2000s, man. And they had this plane, and they had like every 3
2000s
hours.
is so old.
It was like 20.
Sorry, go on.
They had like a TV screen every 3 aisles.
Oh,
And
it was
they
one of
played
those.
the
Yeah.
same
I've seen
movie
those.
on all TV screens, and it was a 12-hour flight, and they played Interstellar on loop 5 times.
Yeah, I don't know
Dude,
about that.
by the
That's
time I
fun.
landed the plane, I swear to God, I was questioning my
Yeah.
reality. I
You
was
must have
questioning
seen
my
that docking
existence.
sequence so many times.
I know, dude. It was tripping me out, dude. I don't even remember the movie because it was so long ago. But I remember, like, I didn't even want to plug my earphones in because you could plug into the armrest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you could hear it universally with
Great
everyone else.
score, but not a great score
Yeah.
for 12 hours. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That would drive me crazy.
That drove
But,
me
like,
nuts, dude. I
I
hate
still,
that movie. I
just
can't
on
come around.
Spotify, like it's a great.
I can't
score.
come around to watching it yet because of that like really bad. I'll never forget it, man. I was so tripped out. The only memorable thing about it was Matthew McConaughey talking with like Anne Hathaway. Oh yeah, time. Okay, let's do Matthias because I don't want to skip over you because you have really good stuff, and
Okay,
then me and
really
Tom
quick,
won't go.
For best reruns, I'm gonna shout out my buddies over at U of T at
Okay.
what is Innis
Innis, yeah.
College. They do
Innis
screenings
College.
there. I have a buddy Soren. He did 2 programmings. That shout out Soren. He did
Shout out
Dirties,
Soren.
Matt Johnson,
Mhm.
and Fire Walk with Me, David Lynch.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And those are like, they're awesome. Matt Johnson's The Dirties, independent Canadian film, really awesome, really cool. Check it out. It's awesome.
Mhm.
And then David Lynch's Fire Walk with Me, I mean, it's incredible. We did a projection on 35, which was just unforgettable. Like
Yeah.
it's such an excellent film, and someone who loves the TV show, like,
And I'm sure the color, seeing that.
it was a little old, so it was a little too warm, but like, that's film. Like, the
Yeah.
It is.
projection is part
That's
of
a
it.
print.
And then the projector went out twice.
Oh man.
But honestly, it was like at the we got really lucky. It was like right at the beginning of a new scene, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like we were watching like midway through. I won't say anything for the film, but yeah, it was excellent, and one of the best endings to any film ever. One of the most emotional endings to any film ever. Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah.
Because you get the buildup of Laura Palmer's character in Twin Peaks, and we don't actually see Laura Palmer, and the TV show starts with her being dead, and then we get to see like her last couple days on Earth in Fire Walk with Me, and for that entire film, you have to sit with the fact knowing that at the end you're going to see Laura die, and
Wow.
yeah, it's really powerful, and it's
I gotta
one of
watch
my
Twin
all-time
Peaks.
favorite
I was
films
planning on watching
of
Twin
all time.
Peaks.
It's incredible,
Is it?
incredible.
Yeah. Why don't you give
Rest in
us
peace,
your
David Lynch.
your film real quick?
No, I want to do you because I've been talking so much.
No, you go. You go.
No. I
Okay.
insist.
Well, I've seen 2001 in a theater, but I was too young to fully appreciate it.
Was it 70?
I was like 10, so I don't know. The theater
Was it
did do
70?
the theater that I watched in my hometown of Hamilton at the Westdale did show things in film, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was on some sort of film. I probably 35. I
probably.
don't know, but I was not like projectionist. What is this?
Of course.
What format are we seeing in this movie?
Yeah, I was like, I was like, last 30 minutes is cool, Dad. What the hell you make me sit through? I love it now, but I'm not going to choose that because I don't think I fully appreciated it. But a couple weeks ago, I saw Dr. Zhivago at the same theater,
Ooh.
and a 4K screening, digital, not film. But
Boo.
David Lean,
I like this.
so cool. David Lean in a theater, 4K, even better.
That's awesome. I need to catch that.
And I love Lawrence of Arabia, but
Oh,
I don't.
gotta check that.
But sand, deserts are fun. Sorry, yeah, deserts are awesome. But something about winter, like I love winter on film. Like I love when
Yeah.
people get to dress up, have lots of layers, look really cool.
I agree with
I
you.
love snow. I love snowed in houses and things like that. I don't know. It's
Ooh,
almost
it's
like a
like
black
Red
and
Dead
white
2.
film for me. When you have
Red Dead 2.
like
Red
when
Dead
you
2.
see a snowy landscape, it's almost black and white, and I think that's so awesome.
I
I
think
agree. That is
Yeah.
oh,
So
incredible.
Dr. Zhivago gets a little bit of an edge up on Lawrence of Arabia
Lawrence of
because
Arabia.
of the winter tone of it.
Yeah.
I would
So-
love to see Lawrence of Arabia in 70. Like people
That would
talk
be-
about that.
yeah,
Oh,
that would-
yeah.
that would be
Ultimate theater
amazing.
experience
Yeah.
to watch a 70 projection.
The cut of the
Ooh.
yeah.
that
It
would be amazing.
And then back to 2001, which is my favorite film of all time. I got to see a 70 projection
Mhm.
at TIFF, and I think they're doing a run this year.
Yeah.
I think we should all go because I
Yeah.
love
Beyond the Neck
2001.
Boys.
To see it in
That's
70 is just
yeah.
incredible. They did like a roadshow style. Like
Mhm.
they had the score come on early with the red curtains, and then they were like they were lit up, and then boom, curtains pulled away, film opened. And
Oh,
it was,
Oh man.
That's
Should-
awesome.
It was
I-
awesome.
That is
It
cool.
was
Can you imagine
that actually I should probably throw out for one of my favorite theater
Sweet.
experiences.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure,
I'm
yeah.
surprised you did.
Yeah, 70 millimeter 2001. But I don't know the
Not done that many.
the U of T theater. It's got a lot of character. There's a lot of
Shout out.
film lovers. Yeah,
Shout out in his college. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Soren.
We should all go there.
Soren.
It'll be fun.
Shout out Soren in his college. You are the man.
He is the man. We gotta take you. Sometime. Have you been?
Yeah,
to
you
Venice?
gotta come.
No, I'm
We gotta
not
bring
been
both of
in
you.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's awesome.
We'll
and,
go
like
to-
all the students there are
Yeah.
super nice. They're,
I'm sure. Yeah.
they're awesome.
I know. I actually applied to their cinema studies program. They got a cinema studies program. over there,
I
right?
almost did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, actually, I had 2001 on here. I was not thinking of it until Jonny, you mentioned Interstellar because I see
Yeah.
those in tandem.
Oh, they
Yeah.
for sure are.
Yeah, but I was just looking at my notes and I did have 2001 in there.
Yeah, that's
shout
cool.
out. Shout out Kubrick.
well,
Yeah,
guys.
He's the man.
I think this is it, right?
Yeah, I think we should
Oh man,
definitely.
we're gonna do. I think. Oh man, I just zoomed into your face, Matthias. So sorry about that. A mistake.
Well,
I was-
we got a minute, so we don't have to wrap it up too quickly. But
Yeah.
we should
No, I
definitely-
was.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I really wanted to do like a second episode with you guys.
That'd be awesome.
I like, yeah. There's so much
I'm
to
down.
talk about. Like, we could do
I'd
like a
love to.
3-hour episode. Like,
we
I feel
could
like
definitely
we're
do
all
a 3 hour.
rushing and-
Like, we could definitely. There it is. That's the camera. This one. So we could definitely do a 3-hour episode. It was a lot of fun to have you guys on. We
Sure
are,
was.
by the way, we are planning on doing like more episodes on YouTube. I know we said that last time, but we're for real doing it. We're manifesting it right here to do more 3-hour episodes on YouTube. We're
More
looking to have.
3-hour episodes.
We're gonna get Michael Bay on. We're gonna get
Ali Reza.
Ali Reza. Whoa, we should
That's
get
possible.
Make it
Kubrick,
happen.
Kubrick's making a guest appearance.
Kubrick. Yeah, from the dead. You're gonna CGI him or last. We won't
Oh,
ask
God,
Marvel
no,
to
no.
do it though.
Put him in the thumbnail for this one.
For Ali
Yeah,
Reza.
Take out the Anora.
We
no,
hate
it's
Kubrick.
Put in like Kubrick, and then it's like.
Okay,
I don't
we,
know.
we got 10 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
All
Thank
right,
you so
guys.
much for having us, guys.
yeah,
Thank
Thank you so much,
for
guys. It was an
coming on.
absolute
It was a pleasure.
pleasure.
Yeah.
That was
So fun.
awesome. Okay, so what we like to do is we look at this camera right here and we say
Yeah.
we'll see at the movies. Okay, it's a little bit cringe, but Tom Cruise did it, so I was like,
Okay, ready?
all right, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you at the
movies.
movies. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. Love you all. Peace. See you
Bye-bye.
next week.